Live from the Clearview Ice Arena is the third annual Evgeni Malkin Ronald McDonald House charity game between two longtime CHMA rivals, the Mercyhurst Lakers and the Robert Morris Colonials. Welcome to our broadcast booth. I am Cade McCrory, alongside me Andrew Keel. Two rivals going at it again. They took a gap year. They're back at it once more here to start the 2025 season.
Yes, they are. Last year did not play Mercyhurst. First 2 years before that, they did take on Mercyhurst in these charity games, and both getting wins for the Colonials.
It's been something they've done fairly well in, was the charity games, as the win over Kent State last year, and they already beat them once this year, the Mercyhurst Lakers. They'll look to do it again here to start off the 2025 calendar year. Let's roll in now to our three keys of the game, Andrew, and a lot of things need to go right for RMU on our 7-game losing streak.
Yes, they do. First, keep the discipline. This Lakers team has a lot of penalty minutes, no retaliation for the Colonials. They need to stay disciplined. You cannot do even penalties.
And this is a game where Mercyhurst loves to get chippy in. What's our second key of the game?
Second key, we're going to trust your goaltender. Reno Patrick, starting in the net for the Colonials, has had a little bit of an off year. Last year did really well. This year has struggled so far. 1-5 record, over 5.5 goals against. Trust him. He'll get back to his game. If you play well in front of him, he'll do well behind you.
He's been in the spotlight before, his second charity game in a row, and our final key of the game.
Depth scoring. The Colonials are down multiple of their top scorers, including one that has more than 10 goals than the second highest. So you need your depth to come out tonight. A lot of players with 2-3 goals on the season so far. They need to contribute and they need to get on the score sheet fast.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot of that down the stretch as they face a lot of tough opponents. And speaking of one of the top guys on that team for RMU, Connor Moran, the junior out of Moon Township, has had himself a phenomenal start to the year.
He definitely has 9 goals on the season, 15 points, 23 points, right?
Yeah, 23 I believe.
And he has been strong all season, and almost hitting his point total from last year, and we're only halfway through the year.
Yeah, a phenomenal start for him. And on the other side, the Mercyhurst Lakers, their assistant captain, homegrown player from Plum, PA, John Hanlon, has 63 penalty minutes on the season. He is a 6'7" giant on those skates, and if he lines you up, he's going to make you pay. And that's one guy I think some RMU players are very familiar with, and they do not want to mess with number 22 on the Mercyhurst Lakers.
Or maybe you do. Get them riled up and then increase that penalty minute total. That's one key.
It definitely is the highest penalty minutes in the CHMA. Puck action, including an Evgeni Malkin plus friends ceremonial puck drop, will be coming up right after this. Stay tuned.
a child with medical care with a place to call home. Families find the comforts of home, including a place to stay, warm meals, and daily essentials, just steps away from their sick child. In addition, Ronald McDonald Care Mobile, in conjunction with UPMC Children's Hospital Pittsburgh, provides convenient pediatric medical care to underserved communities. The Ronald McDonald House Charities of Pittsburgh and Morgantown Incorporated provides a way for families to stay close to their children receiving medical care, and is committed to helping the families lead happier, healthier, and more productive lives. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention towards center ice with Mercyhurst Captain Cameron Glantz and RMU Captain Keith Reed. Please join us at center ice. Tonight, we are honored to be joined by a number of distinguished guests. Prior to joining the Ronald McDonald House Charities in 2011, she served as a healthcare administrator at UPMC Children's Hospital, Pittsburgh. She is a graduate of the University of Pittsburgh with a master's in public health. Please welcome the CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Pittsburgh and Morgantown, Eleanor Regal. In July of 2022, Dr. Michelle Patrick was named president of RMU, following her service as intern president and dean of the RMU School of Business. Her transformative leadership, characterized by change and innovation, brought RMU national recognition with the MBA program, ranked number 15 in the country by Fortune magazine. These guiding principles have helped RMU to grow enrollment, define industry-wide trends in higher education. Please welcome Dr. Michelle Patrick. And now for some special guests from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Number 73, he's back, P.O. Johnson. Number 10, Drew O'Connor. Number 65, Eric Carlson. And then the two assistant captains that have been here for 19 years and won 3 Stanley Cups. Number 58, Chris Letang. And number 71, Evgeni Malkin. We would like to give thanks to all of you that have made this event possible, all of our volunteers and even all of our fans. This would not be possible without you. We would like to give a special thanks to George McCrosses and his family for his contributions.
All right, everyone, you can look right here in 3, 2.
While those are being taken, this is a reminder that all proceeds tonight will go directly to the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Pittsburgh and Morgantown. This is your last chance to buy meet and greet tickets for you and 3 friends to meet and take pictures with the Penguins players in the action clock during the first period. Chuck and Puck will be during the second intermission, and DJ PDC and Steve Spinn will be performing in the first intermission. Please partake in the 50-50 raffle. Winner will be announced 5 minutes in the third period, roughly. You buy tickets for raffles and get backs sits upstairs along with Penguins memorabilia, including a signed Evgeni Malkin jersey. And downstairs, the player-worn jersey auctions are happening. Your participation in this event is greatly appreciated. And now, tonight's starting lineups. First for Mercyhurst. In goal, number 27, Connor Bridges. On defense, number 11, Cameron Glantz. On defense, number 21, John Hanlon. At left wing, number 13, Carson Bowser. At right wing, number 22, William Neal. And at center, number 26, Hayden Cox. The Lakers are coached by Tom McKinn, assistant coaches Robert Chetland and Colin Dodge. And now, the starting lineup for your Colonials. In goal, number 31, Rico Patrick. On defense, number 24, Rob Byrne. At defense, number 25, Nathan Isaac. At left wing, your captain, number 8, Pete Reed. At right wing, number 14, Corbin Ragno. And at center, number 17, Tyler Draper. Your Colonials are coached by Dr. Michael Joseph. Assistant coaches are James Joyce and Kevin Matthews. At this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able. Remove your hats and helmets and direct your attention to the flags beside the scoreboard and above the main entrance. From the Pittsburgh Penguins, please welcome Mr. Jeff Jefferson for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful ceremony to get us going here for Mercyhurst and RMU. Connor Bridges manning the net here for the Lakers. Reno Patrick for RMU. Both goaltenders looking to get back into the win column. Puck is down, and here we go. Mercyhurst will chip this to center. Nate Isaac will flip that into the zone, and RMU chasing down. Mercyhurst in their whites, RMU in their once and only use of these red jerseys will be auctioned off after the game. Is now Reed. Will pick this up just beyond center. Takes this toward the benches. Will flip it into the zone. Played out momentarily. Reed still driving in. Will take this behind the net. Take it onto his backhand, looks to go up high to Byrne. Byrne's shot comes in through traffic, blocked away there by the captain Glantz. And a big hit thrown behind the net as Draper roughs up John Hanlon. Two big bodies really going at it early in this one. As we mentioned in the opener, Andrew, these two teams have a history, and would not be surprised to see them get physical early on.
I would not either, as behind the net of Bridges is his own water bottle. It came off the net with that hit. So it's just sitting there, so that'll be an interesting one to maneuver around. Ref might be going to pick it up right now.
Mercyhurst looking to get out of their zone. Will chip it off the wall, forward for Barry. Barry will put this on. Patrick will make the save. Rolling into the slot, a turning chance. Moran there bodies his man off the puck. It rolls to Garrett Walker and slaps this one to center ice. Hunter Hodgson, the junior alternate captain, first year with the letter on his sweater. Chips it up for Moran, quickly up to Walker. Walker with some room down the left wall. Takes a shot, blocker saved there by Bridges. Up to the point, Andrew Finnegan settling, looking for a deflection. Caught in front of the net, and we poked off into the corner by the Lakers. Walker will get it back off a miscue, sends it in, and RMU will go for some changes. Bridges started the last time these two played. He lasted only 15 minutes and let in 4 goals on 14 shots, and the coaches will go back to him here to try to get some redemption against these Colonials. Now the other way, Connor McCusker, one of the veterans, leads the rush in for Mercyhurst. Now be stripped away, and Draper showing his physicality once again. Sends this one out wide for Andrew Finnegan. Sends it into the zone. Karam's off the wall, and it'll be settled by Lorenzo Shipley. Battling with Michael Hurst. Out with it come the Lakers. Across center, they'll chip this one in. Icing waved off. Matt Purdue will pick it up. His first game back since the first game of the season. A lengthy injury keeps him out of the lineup, finally back for RMU. And an icing on the Colonials, 17-26 in the first.
Colonials have came out firing. They came out like a cannon for sure, which is something we've seen in these charity games. You know, you get the whole ceremony. You think, are they going to be ready to play? And they always are. They always feel like this is the best first 3 minutes of any game of any season. Is charity night. It's the best first 3 of the season.
The most important and 7-game losing streak for RMU. Despite what's at stake here with just the amount of people in the attendance, you want to get something going in the win column as you enter 2025. Their last win coming on November 8th against West Virginia. And a team like Mercyhurst, 4-14 coming in to today, their last game was a win, so they're riding the high coming into 2025. In the corner, Jimmy Passanante will corral it, one of the newcomers of this RMU team. Moves it to John Hanlon. He'll chip this one to center. Nick Dobransky back to collect it. Goes across for Purdue. Through the middle. Has a trailing man in Patton. His shot deflected into the netting and out of play.
Couple good plays there for the Colonials. Still firing on all cylinders. Only just a couple shots from Mercyhurst so far this game. So it's really been all the Colonials. And they've had some good chances. They just haven't had one that's been, you know, the deciding one. Gets that first goal.
Face-off win. Reed to the point for Byrne. We'll chip this one down behind the net. Around the wall looking for Reed. Battled off there by Tyler Garisic, one of the many newcomers of this Lakers team. We'll move this up to center. Will Neal leaves it off for Carson Ballister. Passanante back to take that away from him. Up the wall, Patton. For Reed, bouncing puck, settled by Hayden Cox. And Mercyhurst looks to just chip it into the zone, and we'll get a couple of changes behind the play. Here's Byrne, back behind his own net for Nate Isaac. The two senior defenders have been paired up all season long. Neal couldn't get around Byrne, and we'll chip this down into the zone. Icing waved off. Shipley plays it around the wall. Strutt looks to chip it away. Puts it behind the net and chipped away by the Lakers. Trokey looking to go towards the board. Strutt there for RMU. Into the zone. A shot there is blocked. rolls to the Bransky, or Finnegan, excuse me, plays it around for Hodgson. Those two played a lot their first 2 years together, got broken up in the early parts of the season, now find themselves on a pair once again. Hodgson chips it, looking to go off the Clearview bench in front of Mercyhurst, ends up in the Mercyhurst bench.
Got to keep your head on a swivel if you're on the bench. Not something you normally hear.
Someone's getting their first block shot of the game from the bench area. It'll be a face-off in front of the RMU zone. Walker's unit on. Alejandro Apud moving 2 forward with a couple of injuries and absentees on the forward front. The Swiss Army knife, Alejandro Apud, now up playing second-line wing. A big ask for the Mexico native. Here is Hanlon. Couldn't dangle Walker and send that back into the corner. Behind that glance. Chips this one out of the zone. Hodgson getting back. Will settle, but has some pressure. Will turn it over and quickly sent in by the Lakers. Offsides is the call.
A great chance for Moran behind the net. Left behind by Bridges. Moran could have picked it up and went for a wraparound something. Misses the puck entirely. And Mercyhurst able to get to the puck first. So, unfortunate.
As Andrew said in the opener, Connor Moran, now one of the leading top goal scorers, has had a really impressive junior season. No matter what Andrew said in the point total, it's a lot. He's had a really good year, and a really good second half is what they need for number 18. A foot race. Draper gets dragged down to the ice by Eberhardt. Looks to clear. Finnegan keeps it alive. His shot comes on net, is blocked away. Rolls to Ragno, sharp angle attempt, and a save by Bridges. Net off its moorings, the whistle at dead.
Another great chance for the Colonials. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot because they are on fire, and Mercyhurst has to find something if they want to weather the storm. But Draper with a great chance if he can just keep on his feet to maybe get a breakaway.
This is a unit that they need a lot of scoring from, with some absentees, like we said, in the lineup. A lot of veterans who've been here before. As Draper getting into it with Ty. Hurst will come to his aid, and it's boiling over early on between the Lakers and Colonials. Ragnar with a big hit at center ice, dragging down Garicic, and the whistle blows. And this is what Lakers and Colonials fans have been used to seeing between these two.
I'm surprised that there wasn't a whistle. Even if there wasn't going to be a penalty, everyone kind of stopped and stared at the play, and that led up to the huge hit at center ice.
You see your Case and Ty and Hurst along with Nolet and Draper getting mixed up there. Something to keep an eye on as this game continues. 2 separate altercations between the Lakers and Colonials in 2021 and 2022. And something the Lakers kind of pride themselves on is their physicality. Here's Walker coming into the zone, looking for a chance, goes upstairs and scores. Garrett Walker gets the party started with his 7th of the season. It's 1-0 RMU.
What a shot by Garrett Walker. He muscles his way from the wall all the way into the slot and just roofs it top corner over Bridges. He couldn't get to that, and neither could about 3 Lakers as they're all trying to push him off the puck, and he's still able to get there.
The second line coming in clutch. Walker, Moran, and Apud. And Walker with a beautiful play in open space. And as you said, Andrew, look, a couple guys getting missed there, and then upstairs, a lot of room there for Walker to take that shot. 1-0 RMU in the early stages of this charity game. Mercyhurst looking to respond. In their first contest, RMU took a 4-goal lead in the first period in a 6-1 victory that saw Bridges exit the game early. Dobransky puts it into the zone momentarily. Settled now by Patton. Had a big goal in last year's charity game against Kent State. In the zone, a big hit thrown by Patton. Purdue chips it behind the net. Sent up by Dobransky. Patton couldn't get it out of the zone. Down low chance for Cox, puts one wide of the net. Walker, his 7th of the season from Purdue, and Apud, the official reading of that goal. Purdue's first point in the season in his first game back. Behind the net is Neal, battling with Patton. Pops free to Jimmy Passanante. We'll chip this out of the zone. Colonials will change, as will the Lakers. A bunch of fresh bodies onto the ice. Here is John Hanlon. The Plum native will send it around for Garicic. Plum natives going against each other, Hanlon and Caleb McCabe, one of the goaltenders for RMU, who played in the last matchup for the Colonials. Up high, a chance for the Lakers. They'll take the shot. A lot of traffic in front of Patrick, bounces off the end wall. Behind the net wrestling match for Isaac and Bresnock. Moved out by RMU. Now taken back by Bresnock. In front, Byrne intercepts. Trying to navigate, makes one man fall, and now will continue up ice. Gets it out of the zone, leaves it off for Braden Martin. Martin looking, puts one on, save Bridges, and he'll cover up 11:58 to go in period one.
A little bit of a surprise because the Lakers take full advantage of the Colonials scoring. After that Colonials goal, the Colonials took their foot off the gas, and the Lakers seemed to, fully press on that after giving up the goal, which is something you want if you're the Lakers.
Mercyhurst 0-6 in the division this year. Looking to get the first in that column. Here's Hurst, backhand attempt. Bridges had a little trouble with it. Buzz make the save, and a quick whistle now end up at the left circle.
Hurst looked like he maybe wanted to pull that back to his forehand, but not enough room to do that, so had to shoot backhand, and not a great angle for a backhand shot.
Hurst, not much of a goal scorer this year, only has 5 to his name, 16 assists though. One of the top playmakers on the Colonials, one of the top assist leaders across the CHMA. Other way by Case and Ty, puts one on, blocker saved by Patrick, it'll stay in the rink, had a chance to exit. Wraparound attempt, saved by Patrick, rebound pops out to Ty. Ty looking, sends it behind, that deflected off the stick of Bosenhart, and rolls around into the corner. Played out by McCusker. To the point to Ram. Ram gets bodied by Ragno. Still looking to get something out. It will go. Ragno sends this one down. No icing with Filiguera coming back. Hurst all over him. Fresh off the bench, Moran couldn't keep it in for RMU. Hodgson will reset at his own blue line. Leaves it for Finnegan. Up to Moran. Moran forward for the skate of Walker. Up high to Moran. Settling shot. Kick saved by Bridges. Hodgson at the point. Deflected in front by Walker. And goes around the wall where Hanlon can clear the damage. Apu sends it in. Bridges comes out to play it. Walker challenging, gets tripped up by Bridges. And whistled dead there. I think that hit off the netting.
That did hit off the netting, but interesting move there by Bridges. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but little tripping action there.
It seemed like he wanted to play the puck and just try to get back in the crease, and Walker was full send. I'm going to challenge that.
Yeah. He said, you're out of the crease. I could do whatever I want to get the puck.
Fresh faces for both sides. Off the line changes. Here's a shot from the point. Stopped by Bridges. Reed will pick it up. Take this behind the net. Caught in his skates. And the Lakers will pick it up and look to work along the wall. Kneeled. Leaves it off for Cox. Cross ice, and Hodgson steps up and makes the check. Bridges will come out again, sends it along the wall. I think that's a common thing we're going to see from Bridges, is him coming out and have to play the puck.
If there's any indication of how he's played so far, it definitely seems he's going to keep coming out.
Hanlon's attempt blocked by Finnegan. 2 massive bodies there colliding. Patton looked to go for Reed, bounced at the blue line and kept alive by the Lakers. Hanlon will just shove that one down behind the net. Lakers changing. Army looking to capitalize. Hodgson cross ice pass does not go, and icing is waved off. As they say, Hanlon was back. Cross ice to Bresnock. Moran back for Finnegan, quickly up for Walker. Garisic will get a piece of it, and now a foot race. Garisic leaves it behind the net. Around for Eberhardt. Garisic once more, riding the wall. Gets it out of the zone. Dobransky quickly plays it in. A shot on net. And Bridges makes the stick save. Purdue. Up for Apood. Bouncing puck. Apood keeps it alive. Apood goes across. Looking for a stick in front. None there. Dobransky recollecting. Gives it to Matt Purdue once more. Chipped forward for Garrett Walker. Walker with space. Loses it. Can recollect it and tap it into the corner for Moran. Moran looking fresh off the bench. Kohlberg forehand. Bridges somehow keeping it out. Kohlberg with a lot of daylight, but Bridges sprawling makes a remarkable save for Mercyhurst to keep this a one-score game.
An incredible save indeed. I mean, I thought Kohlberg had him completely fooled, but somehow Bridges, I don't know if he got the foot or stick across, but what a save on an incredible one-on-one.
Bridges keeping his team alive in the early stages of this one. Kohlberg looking for redemption, goes to the point. A shot from Dobransky through traffic. Strutt gets a body in front. Saved by Bridges, and they'll do it again.
Seems like something we're going to see a lot is the Colonials getting it back to the point, just firing it. Not for a goal, for a tip. Because a lot of the shots that have made it to the goalie clean from the point have just gone straight into him. So it's like they're obviously looking for tips.
As net comes off with some action between Martin and Shipley. They'll put the net back to its moorings.
Things are not feeling great between these two teams. They feel like bitter rivals, just like they were all those years ago, 2 years ago.
2 straight charity games with some goalie fights and some memorable moments that circulate across the hockey world. Ragnow with the hit. Draper takes his man to the wall, and now here come the Lakers up ice. Chipped up by Kaysen Ty. Icing called. Lakers unhappy as Dobransky and Bosenhart were neck and neck for that puck.
I'd have to agree with Mercyhurst on that one. He had the inside lane. He pushed him out. He was going to be a full stride or two ahead of him. That's a difficult call for Mercyhurst.
Definitely will be. I thought maybe they'd talk about it and take it to center, but they'll stick to their decision, and it'll be an offensive zone draw for RMU. Top unit back out, Draper, Hurst, and Ragnow. Clean win, Ragnow looks for Hurst off the give, and now taken the other way by Mercyhurst. Isaac with an initial block. Into the corner, takes 2 Lakers with him. Isaac plays the body. Out for Draper. His pass is broken up and quickly played out in by Glantz. Stick save by Patrick as that'll head into the seats. The young fan from Shawinigan get that one, Andrew?
I think so.
Once again, shout out to Doc Emmerich.
Yes. Does seem more like a 50-50 game than it was at the first 4 minutes, but that's how it always is in these charity nights.
The Lakers don't go away quietly. They upset RMU at home ice last year. And now out of the net comes Bridges. Ragnow challenging, got a piece of it, and he takes Ragnow to the ice. Bridges, knowing the physicality of this game, is not afraid to get down and dirty. Hanlon loses that off a muscling battle with Isaac. Looking for a pass to Reed off the bench. Block, now a roll to him. Reed on the entry. Backhands this one back behind the net. He picked up by RMU. Hanlon sends it up ice through everybody. And an icing call on the Lakers. 7:21 here in the second period. That hit there by Bridges. Really going to send some waves here as they show, look at that, him against Ragnow, dragging him right down to the ice.
Held his glove hand out to not let him pass, so definitely an interesting call. Could have been interference. I don't know if that's a call that goalies should get called for.
Debatable either way. It's just what the referees feel is necessarily early on here is the quick shot by Patton. As a goaltender, Andrew, you wanted to say there's an area where the goaltender can get physical, and there's an area where they really can't. You think that's on the fine line of possibly a penalty, possibly a clean play by goaltender?
I think definitely in the realm of possible. I think you got the blue paint, and then maybe a couple feet further out from that is your quote-unquote safe zone, depending on how lenient the refs want to be. But besides that, you got to play safe.
Couple of hits as we were discussing there. Passanante got mixed up with the Laker. You see how long the refs will hold the whistles in their pockets and just let the guys play on here with a one-score game early in the first. Patton will chip this one out. Garisic backhands it in. RMU resetting. Finnegan out wide to Hodgson. Gets around one. Keeps the drive going around another. Caught in his skates. and the Lakers take over. Glove down by Walker. Walker for Moran. Moran holding. Shot blocked by Garisic. Rolls into the far corner, and Mercyhurst clears. RMU quickly sending it in. Bridges comes out to play it. Garisic. Up ice for Barry. Gets stood up and takes a Colonial down. Walker back for Purdue. Plays catch with Finnegan. Back to Purdue once more. Purdue looking to go across. Hits a stick. Picks up his own rebound and chips it into the zone. Bridges gloves it down and gets the cover. 5:38.
A little bit of another momentum swing. This one coming in favor of the Colonials. As we look at that, we look back at the chip, the hits that everyone's throwing. I mean, eventually something's going to be called, and I feel like neither team are going to like it.
It'll be one of those scenarios like the past two meetings on Charity Night where it gets just a little far above and beyond. And that'll be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and it'll be in one of the first calls of the game. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. Just some clean physical hockey is what we want. On the other way, Purdue knocks that away, battling with Barry. He'll pin it along the wall, looking for some reinforcements, are both teams. It'll come out to Draper as he gets dragged down behind the net. Caught underneath them as they'll continue to dig. Dobransky in there for RMU fighting. Caught along the corner now in the skates of a Laker. Down the ice goes Trokey, and it finally pops free. Up to the stick of Hurst. Hurst down the left wall, looking for someone to go with. Will hold up at the top of the circle, sends it out wide, wanted Ragno, and Trokey clears. Martin, fresh off the bench, will send this one in. RMU completing their line change. Quickly up ice, Kohlberg intercepts it, leaves it for Travis Strutt. He'll chip it in. Colonials will now get on the chase. Ram plays it around the wall. Kohlberg waiting, sends it down low, looking for a stick. And the Lakers now trying to drive up ice. Quickly taken away by Kohlberg again. Through everybody on the clear. Icing Mercyhurst. 4:08 here to go in the first period.
It's a tight one. And it's been back and forth. And going back on that, what I was talking about with penalties, I feel like the first call is going to be on one team. And that team is going to be really unhappy because they've been saying, what about all the other things that have happened the other way?
You'd like to see if there's a penalty to go both ways, because 1-for-1-4 hockey is a lot of fun, and also it's fair. As you said, a lot of things could have gone either way. We'll see eventually what the referees decide and how obvious or not obvious it may be. Mercyhurst exiting the zone, and it'll be Rob Byrne recollecting. The New York native in his last year with the Colonials. Ram driving back for the Lakers. Sends it along the boards. That pass is broken up by Braden Martin. Martin down the right wall. Holding, shot, save, Bridges, and covers up. A good opportunity here for the fourth line.
A great opportunity. The second opportunity this fourth line has had, as Martin just lets one fire from the dot after the Kohlberg chance. This fourth line has been really sneaky on how good they are, and just with the limited ice time that they get.
It's a unit that was put together in the second half of last year and produced a lot towards the end of the season. This Strutt, Martin, and Kohlberg unit, they're now back together again with the lack of forwards available for Coach Joseph. Here is Keith Reed, the captain in his last year with RMU. Sends it behind the net for Patton. Kept alive at the point by Hodgson. His shot deflects off a Laker. It was glance in front, and Bridges makes the save.
Another shot there that was definitely intended for a tip. Like I said earlier, I mean, I don't think there was anyone there to get the tip, but another shot that was definitely intended for a tip. Because it just went right into it.
The RMU defense only has 4 goals this season. 3 of them are from Andrew Finnegan, and all 3 of them are on the power play. So Hunter Hodgson, the lone defenseman, with a goal at even strength for the Colonials, something they definitely want to improve upon in the second half of the season. A chance in front. They'll roll back to the point to Hodgson. Pat Settler gives to Reed. Reed shot. Rebound for Passanante. Looked to go off the back of Bridges and goes through his net and wide. Passanante sends it behind the net looking for Patton. It pops free along the wall. Finnegan will have to backpedal at center. We'll chip it into the zone. Colonials changing quickly onto the ice comes Moran. Moran onto his forehand. Gets bodied off the puck. Now we'll get it back, battling with two Lakers. Pops free for Apud. Apud's shot is blocked away, and the Lakers can clear. Now a chance. Hodgson foot race with Bresnock as they'll tie it up. Apud's there to pick it up for RMU.
Apud was looking for Walker backdoor on that one. Just gets the pass blocked. Otherwise, that's another goal for Walker.
Walker dancing into the zone. Another New York native on this team. A couple of them sprinkled throughout the roster. A lot of homegrown PA talent and a couple outsiders, with the furthest one being Apud from Mexico City, Mexico. Hodgson avoids the check. Gives it to Moran. Moran down the left wall. Puts one towards the net. Ends up on Hodgson's stick. Heel clapper this one. Getting a piece of it was Bridges. Moran wrestling the puck. Gets it back for RMU. Looked up high for Hurst. Now the point, Finnegan, his shot, glove save, Bridges, and covers up with 87 ticks to go.
This first and second line, these last 2-3 minutes, has looked incredible. So much zone pressure, so much constant, it's like they had the full pressure meter. And the Lakers couldn't do anything about it. The only time the puck left the zone was when they did it themselves.
Will the pressure continue? Before the break, the Lakers will play this to center. It's quickly turned over to Bransky. The freshman for RMU looking for his first goal of his ACHA career. Behind the net, Hanley. Sends it up ice, blocked by Purdue. Out wide for Hurst. Carries into the zone, leaves it off for Draper. Taken away by Glantz. He leaves it forward for McCusker. Back to Glantz. Goes cross, getting a stick on it was Purdue to break it up, and now he'll carry up ice. Purdue for Ragno. Ragno looking, sends one towards the net, goes through a bunch of sticks, and the Lakers will now push up ice. McCusker had some trouble settling it. Into the corner they'll go. Dobransky lifting his stick, look to play it along the wall. 30 seconds to go in the first period. Ragno for Hurst. Chips it forward to center ice. Quickly sent in by Mercyhurst, and both teams will change. Ragno getting a piece of it, will tap it into the zone. 15 ticks now, one final rush here for the Lakers. They send it up ice. Dobransky battling with Millette. Dobransky can just send that one back in to the zone. Reed looking, takes it behind the net, loses it for a moment, in front looking for a stick. Clock hits zeros. And one goal in this first period, Garrett Walker with his 7th of the season to give the Colonials the 1-0 lead. It seemed like all RMU and Mercyhurst had their moments where they applied the pressure and almost made some costly mistakes for the Colonials.
Yeah, the Colonials, if I had to guess the shot total, it's a lot to a little. The Colonials had a lot of shots, and the Lakers had some zone pressure, but when they did, they didn't get shots. So, the Lakers, they got to get more shots.
It'll be an interesting second period, to say the least. A lot of physicality, no penalties, but one lone goal as Garrett Walker's 7th of the season from Purdue and Apud sends us into the break. It's 1-0 RMU. We'll be back in the second period just after this. 10 minutes until we return for the second period. It's time to look at our first period highlights. A lot of physicality and one goal on the board in favoring of the Colonials. Garrett Walker getting it in for his 7th of the year from Matt Perdue and Alejandro Apud. As we see a couple of chances here and a big hit thrown by Moran. And that's what got the physicality all started, Andrew. As you see just a lot of back and forth. And especially those upperclassmen guys like Draper really throwing the body around.
Yeah, definitely. And then here's another one for Draper. Hurst jumps in at the end. This definitely should have been called as everyone is cross-checking and hitting each other way out of the play.
And we see the first goal of the game is Walker in a lot of open space, making some defenders miss, and top shelf beauty for the New York native to get that one on the board for the Colonials. The lone goal of that first period. You think we're going to see a lot more of that in period 2. And a couple of other really good chances here for that top unit again. As we said in the opener, there needs to be a lot more depth scoring, a lot more guys have to step up.
Definitely.
As Mercyhurst with a couple of chances of their own here in the other zone. But Reno Patrick has faded a couple of shots his way, but has done a pretty good job of handling his own, trying to get a good bounce back game.
He hasn't faced a lot, but he's faced enough to get his confidence up, and he's obviously going to feel better. But on the other hand, Bridges throwing his body now twice, as we've seen in these highlights, as he's been throwing his weight around.
Physicality, the name of the game, and a lot of it. In the second period, we'll see a lot more of that, hopefully. And there's a really good chance for Jimmy Passanante with Bridges stretching across. Still have no idea how he kept that out of the net.
I don't know. The one we didn't see on Kohlberg, incredible save to get across, robbing Kohlberg of making this a 2-goal game.
We are 8 minutes away from the second period of the Lakers and Colonials. We'll be right back. second period is a go, and a goalie change for Mercyhurst as Brady Vickery will enter the net. A little bit of a surprising move. Makes you wonder, Andrew, if they're going to run 3 goaltenders tonight, 1 in each period.
That would be an interesting strategy for sure. We'll go over Brady Vickery, 0-5 on the season, 5.04 goals against, .869 save percentage. So it's interesting if they're going to change things up every period. We'll see if we see Brady Grove for the third period.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Brady Grove was the goaltender that came in after Jack Lim 2 years ago after his altercation with RMU, and he had an early awakening with a couple of goals quickly on him. But different team, different players, and now a different goaltender for the Lakers. It's 1-0 RMU. Chances have gone in favor of the Colonials. Lakers, very physical team, are not going to shy away. Draper versus Cox. Puck is down, and here we go. One back to Nate Isaac. One to go up for Hurst. Glances there for the Lakers. A board battle, and it will cop out into the RMU zone. Byrne up for Isaac. Will lose it to Ballister. Has that stripped away from him, and now Ragno looks to spring free, and Hanlon takes him to the ice. The leading penalty minutes leader of the CHMA and the Lakers, of course, with 63 on the year. Turnover, Hurst for Ragno, dancing into the back end, has to take it behind, looks to wrap it around. Loose puck in front, and the Lakers can clear, trying to just get a little too pretty, but a good chance for the top unit.
Grade A chance.
A stretch pass down the ice has to be settled by the Colonials. Out comes Patrick to leave it off. And now Hurst up ice looking for the stick of Walker. Icing is called on the Colonials 55 seconds into the first.
The fact that the Colonials did not even get a shot when Hurst picks it up in the slot, moves it down to Ragnar, who's below the circles, doesn't even get a shot off. Tries to go for the wraparound, then fakes, goes back, and just can't keep a handle on it. No shot, despite the great interception.
A tough way to start in the second period if you're Brady Vickery, and that's what your defense does to leave you out for your first attempt at the period. Turnover here by Walker will be picked up. Sends this behind the net around the wall. Isaac wrestling away there with Eberhardt. Down to the ice goes Isaac on his knees, gets the pass off to Byrne. Small little plays that make everything go from the RMU defense. Up ice to Alejandro Apud. Apud puts one towards the net. That's high over the head of Vickery. Walker backhands it down behind the net as Moran will wrestle away with it. Everard can get the clear. Hodgson back for Finnegan. Back across to Hodgson, and kicks it forward to Moran and sends it into the zone. Colonials will get a handful of changes. Apud looking in front from Moran. That pass is broken up. Kept alive in the zone off the fresh body of Sean Patton. Moran down low for Patton. Across for Apud. Pad save, Vickery. Apud picking it up. Working his way up high across for Patton. Off the end of his stick, and the Lakers can send this to center ice and down into the RMU zone. Patrick will leave this off for Hodgson. Sends it behind the net for Finnegan. Looking to set something up. Finnegan skates his way across his own blue line, now feeds Patton. Patton with a break, backhands it wide of the net. Patton had a heroic goal last charity game against Kent State, looking to do it again. Here's Ty. Drop pass, flying body from the Colonials, can push it to center ice, and now a foot race Passanante against Shipley. Shipley will leave it along the wall. Turned over, Passanante. Pushes his way into the corner for Patton, and we see a hand pass called. I thought we might have had our first penalty of the game, but just a simple hand pass to get the whistle.
Passanante hit that one with his hand down. As we look at this chance from Patton again, just over the bar. Incredible chance again for Patton and this entire Colonial team, as they have been peppering. Maybe not with shots on goal, but shot attempts for sure have been skyrocketing for the Colonials.
Off the draw, Passanante. Couldn't get it, and now Glance springs free the other way. A possible 2-on-1 Glance. Meets a diving body from Finnegan, and that shot will ricochet around the wall. Great play from a veteran defenseman to save his opportunity against his netminder. Caught in some skates, down to the ice, goes Nolet. Still digging to the point. Malloy's shot, and they'll score. Brendan Malloy on the shot, deflected in front by RJ Nolet. And Mercyhurst gets it back. We're all tied up at 1.
I'm telling you right now, I could not see Reno Patrick. You know what that means? He could not see that shot at all. About 4 Colonial bodies in front of the net, and maybe 2 Lakers as well. So Reno Patrick could definitely not see this puck coming his way, especially on the tip.
4 Colonials parked in front as well as 2 or 3 Lakers. There's just no way a goaltender can get through all that screen. There's no way. Just a little bit of puck luck. And RJ Nolet nets his first of the season, the first of his career. And a very important game for the Lakers. Trying to ride the high, they win the face-off. Look to go off the stick of Cox. Icing is waved off. Purdue skies it off the glass. Works his way to center ice. Glance holding at center. Send it into the zone, the captain of the Lakers. Strutt springs his way free. Out wide to Kohlberg. Kohlberg shot. Vickery makes the save. And we'll hold on. 16-12 to go.
Another rush for this 4th line. The 3rd shift they've had, and every shift so far, at least that I've seen, has been a great shift for them. They've gotten shots on. They've won the shot battle. And let's see if they can maybe net one.
A 1 draw. Solty stepping up. Can't keep it in, but will quickly play it into the zone. Out comes Vickery to leave it off for his defender. Kohlberg wrestling down low to the point of Solty. Trying to keep it in. Goes down low to Martin. In front and blocked away. A Solty shot looking for a deflection. It squeaks in. A deflection in front by Braden. Martin gets through Vickery, and the Colonials get it right back. It's Martin's 3rd of the year, and the 4th line gets on the scoreboard in a big way.
I called that one right then. I'm calling it right now. Offenses on face-off. I said they were going to get one, and they did. But that, after some horrible puck luck the Colonials' way on their goal, on the Lakers' goal, some incredible puck luck on that one, as Vickery thought he had it, and he puts it in his own net, basically, because that shot was not going in.
It was a shot just by a Solty trying to just put something on net, and Martin getting a piece of it. And just a bad break for Vickery, who has seen a lot of chances already early in the 2nd period, and that one squeaking through. The Colonials regain the lead. It was just a momentarily tied game, and the Lakers looking to change that once again. Through Hanlon, Ragno on his horse. Will hold it for RMU. Ragno behind the net. Tries to go to Draper. Draper puts one on, save made. Another chance, goes back to Draper. Draper off the pad, gets his own rebound, takes it down low for Hurst. Hurst bodying with his man, to the point, Byrne. Byrne walking the line, puts it through. Couple of deflections, ends up in the corner. Ragno, back for Byrne. Sends it down low to Ragno once more. Fans on the first pass, trying to dangle through a couple bodies, loses his stick, and the Lakers can clear. That hit off the RMU bench. It'll be whistled dead. 14:50 here in the 2nd period.
Face off in front of the Colonials zone. We got a good chance there. Just going past the stick in front of Ragno.
The Walker unit back onto the ice. Responsible for the first goal of this game. On the dip in, Walker. Battling with his man, the Lakers will send it behind the net to the stick here, Vasily. Wanted to go to Shipley. They're waiting, or the Colonials. Apu back to the point to Byrne. Byrne will float one towards the net, behind that for Walker. Up high to Apu. Apu's shot rolls off the side of the net. Apu skating to it, gets to no man's land, trying to go back to one of his defenders. They didn't know which one, and let that exit the zone. Walker will tap it in. Mercyhurst clears. Moran will get back to it with one Laker chasing. Moran takes it behind his own net, leaves it for Isaac. Wants to go cross ice. Walker will beat out the icing, now waiting for reinforcements. Wanted Moran out of his reach, will keep it in the zone though. Moran wants to go down low to Walker. Back to Moran's stick. To the point to Isaac. Isaac winds up, shot is blocked away. Walker along the top of the circle. Puts it down low. Moran wrestling onto his backhand to the point to Byrne. Byrne holding. Looks for the deflection of Apud sliding across. He'll get it back along the half circle. Leaving it off for Moran. To Byrne. Byrne walking it in. His shot blocked away by Filiguera. And now quickly sent in. And they'll go for changes, both teams do. Mercyhurst looking for the stretch pass. It'll go through everybody. Icing called on the Lakers.
Looking to convince the refs that that one was tipped was Neld. Did not get the officials' grace that that one did hit his stick, so it'll go all the way back down for an icing.
Will O'Neal, one of the bigger bodies on this Lakers team, has 39 penalty minutes on the season. As you said in the opener, a lot of penalties taken by this team, and for the Colonials to stay disciplined. Here's a shot stopped there by Vickery on Patton, and another icing against the Lakers.
Another icing means another chance. They're not going to get the change the Lakers are. So these Lakers have been on for a little bit. So they're going to be tired, and the Colonials need to take advantage of that.
Reed battling against Hayden Cox on the face-off. There's Passanante in a little bit of a jousting match on the draw. Behind the net, they'll wrestle Passanante and Ram. Pinned along the wall. Looking to come out with it. Reed wanting to go up high to Patton. Reed shot and deflected in. Jimmy Passanante on the deflection in front. Colonials take a 3-0 lead. It's Passanante's 4th on the year and 2nd against the Lakers on the season. One tip in front.
That is the story of this period so far. 3 goals, 3 tipped in goals. So the tip drill has been working for the Colonials, that's for sure. And another instance of get the puck to the point, even though Reed's not a defenseman, but just fire it at the net and get a tip. As I said, they were trying that the whole first period, and they get 2 so far this period.
This line just put together for this game has looked really solid so far. And Passanante, 4 goals in his rookie season with RMU. And his first goal of his career came against these Lakers in November. And he's making them pay once again. Ragno diving one to put that on as Hamlin was wrestling back against him. And a big hit thrown along the RMU bench with Draper and a Laker getting mixed up. That was Colin Berry. Hodgson will slap this one towards the blue line, kept alive by Hamlin, blocked away, and down to the ice is Hodgson in a heap of pain. Hodgson, holding onto it, takes it behind the net. Finnegan for Draper, dances around one, across for Hurst. Hurst wanting to go back, Hodgson will have to hold on to it. Hodgson sends it into the zone as Strutt will get there first to it. Gets bodied heavily down to the ice by Handel. At the blue line, Finnegan can't keep it in. He'll get away from one and send it into the zone. Martin down the right wall. Drop pass, Kohlberg will have to race to it. McCusker will beat him and send it the length of the ice. Icing, Lakers.
Lakers really picked up the physicality to another level after that 3rd goal went in for the Colonials. Multiple hits thrown both directions, and it may get ugly, which we don't hope so. But so far, it's been trending that way.
Possible one more meeting before the season ends in February between these two teams. We're not sure if this one will count as a friendly and the other one will count as a divisional game. And that one will go in. Nick Dobransky, the first of his career, squeaks through. And the Colonials taking a 4-1 lead as the first of your ACHA career. Nick Dobransky, collect that puck.
And what? Another one. Another tip. This one goes off a Mercyhurst player. But still, another tip in front. So that's 4 goals this period, all off of someone.
You look at that, and maybe Martin got a tip there, but they're going to give it to Dobransky. Regardless, a really good screen by Braden Martin.
Yeah, an incredible screen. Rolls up the shoulder, too, of the goalie, Vickery. So unfortunate for him on that one.
Icing on RMU as they'll send it down in front of Rena Patrick. But as I was saying before, there's one more matchup possibly between these two teams. You wonder how much will boil over from this game into the next if it is played in February.
Yeah. And to point out, that's the third goal, once again, of a shot just from the point, hoping for a tip.
You always say just throw it on net and hope something good happens.
That's what they seem to be doing with their defensemen.
I said earlier in the game that the defensemen need to get going in the score column, and Dobransky putting my words to rest here in the second period. Dobransky leaves it behind the net. They'll send it up the wall to Apu. Trying to go back. Chance here by Neal. Sends it into the netting and out of play.
It's been a while since we've heard who actually gets points. So you want to update us on a couple of these points?
Yeah, so the second goal is Martin from Asoldi and Colberg. Third goal, Passanante from Reed and Hodgson. And then that last goal to Bransky, the first of his career from Strutt and Purdue. On the other side of things, it was Nolette from Malloy was the official rating of that goal. So a lot to take in, and now here's a 2-on-0. Patton and Passanante, pad save, rebound pops out, and a save by Vickery sliding across, keeping his team in it. The goaltenders from Mercyhurst have put on a clinic at times here.
That could be save of the night, but it also could have been goal of the night. A kick pass from Keith Reed at the blue line, getting there to get the rebound, and then another save by Vickery on the rebound from Reed. Does Reed get an assist on that if that goes in, if he kicks it?
Maybe. I don't know. That's a referee's decision there. But it'd be an interesting one. I think Reed getting an assist on that would be pretty cool. That's one way to get it for sure. Patton will send this to center, and RMU really feeling it in the second period with some really good chances. Patrick behind the net will leave it off for Byrne. He'll send this around the wall. Cox settling in front, looking for Hanlon. Now to the point. His shot is blocked away by Byrne. Byrne trying to spring Reed free. Down low, Hanlon. Backhand attempt is denied. Cox's shot saved by Patrick. And he'll get down and cover up. Seemed like a little bit of pain there, but makes the stop regardless.
Yeah. Looked a little bit uneasy, but a little bit of an interesting note. Every time the Colonials have had that odd man rush, they've not scored. All 4 of their goals have come on zone time. No rush goals for the Colonials yet.
Colonials making work of, as you said earlier, the pressure meter taking a toll on the Lakers. Here's a flip-in, and Draper racing. Another one that you maybe could have debated neck and neck, but referees will give the advantage to the Lakers, icing on the Colonials.
I think that's a little closer to being the correct call than that last one that went the Mercyhurst, that went our way as opposed to the Lakers' way.
An offensive zone draw here for the green and white, with Trophy battling against Draper. Ragno will slap it back off the draw. Now will receive it once more from his defense. Gives it for Draper. Draper, stretch pass across, diving down, blocked, and now 3 Colonials on the entry across for Hurst. Back hit and puts it in. A beautiful goal for Michael Hurst, his 5th of the season, or 6th of the season, excuse me. It's a 5-1 lead for RMU.
And the commentator's curse strikes right away as the Colonials score a goal on the rush after I just said they had no goals on the rush.
See, what a beautiful feed here from Draper. And then Mike Hurst put him in tight spaces, opens up the goalie, and a beautiful finish there for number 10 in the red.
Brensnock did not know where the puck went. It hit him, and Draper just picked it up straight there. As we're going to get a timeout. And from the Lakers, so it's like they need to weather the storm. 4 goals in under 11 minutes, I should say.
Yeah, they definitely need the reset. One of the coaches on the bench is Colin Dodge. He's been in these games before. He knows the stakes of it and the intensity. One of the guys down there trying to settle his squad. As you saw a couple goalies trying to get ready there, but we'll take another look here at this Hurst goal here, Andrew. It's a beautiful feed, and then the opening up of the goaltender. Beautiful work from Mike Hurst.
It's incredible, and only having the amount of 6 goals now on the season, it's not what you expect when you hear he's got 22 points.
Yeah.
But he really fed all his line mates, and he has so many assists. Last year, 6 goals, 22 points all year. Has 6 goals, 22 points this season already.
And still a lot more to be played for Mike Hurst and the Colonials. Fresh off the timeout, Lakers looking to just get something going here in the final couple of minutes of the second period. Finnegan, bodies off the wall, takes a slash from McCusker. At the point, Filiguera keeps it alive. Hodgson will race to it. Sends it behind for Kohlberg. They can exit the zone. A hit thrown by Martin. Finnegan will get it back for RMU. Over to Hodgson. Banked behind the net for Finnegan. Looking to sky this one out. Ty will send it quickly back in. Hodgson. Stutter steps from Hanlon. Up for Kohlberg. Touches it forward for Martin. Across center and into the zone they come. Strutt takes it into the corner. Sends it behind the net. Lakers Corelli will send it quickly up to McCusker. Blocked down by Hodgson. Across once more to Finnegan. Finnegan springs Moran free. Moran breakaway. Save Vickery. And he'll collide with Glantz. And Glantz just making sure no more damage is done. A beautiful feed to find Moran that open fresh off the bench.
The eyes of that pass. The puck had eyes. That one perfectly finding the stick, coming in on a breakaway. Just unable to find a hole and puts it right into Vickery.
Hurst is 6th from Draper, the official reading on the goal. And there's a shot quickly off the draw. And a chance there for that second unit again of Walker, Moran, and Apu. Isolde getting back, Ballister challenging. Will leave it off for Purdue. Purdue will get away from one, now take it behind the net. And Colonials look to reset. 7:30 here to go in the second period. 5-1 Colonials with a 4-goal second period. 4 consecutive goals as well.
With that goal from Hurst, every line for the Colonials has now scored 1 goal.
That's what you talk about depth scoring, Andrew. That's all 4 lines rolling on a cylinder there. I think all 3 keys at this point have been decently spot on.
Yeah.
And put you behind the bench there. Another assistant coach there for that Colonial squad there with James Joyce and Kevin Mackey. Puck finally comes out off the wall and will be sent out by Ballister, and Isolde will have 3 to 5 business days to take this up ice. Both teams changing in Purdue, and Neeld will exchange some words and now make their way to their own benches. Glantz takes a man down to the wall. Passanante can't keep it in. Colonials have to touch up. Purdue will just send it in, and Colonials will now chase. Taking it back are the Lakers. A big hit thrown, and we will get our first penalty of the game, it seems, as I think they're taking Passanante. So the Lakers will get the first power play of the game. Passanante off for a cross check, as there are just a lot of bodies flying around, and Passanante just got a little too high on his guy there. Yeah,
a little too high, and puck wasn't really there all that well. So, of course, that one's going to be called. Unfortunate that after all the things that could have gone both ways, we get to our first penalty of the game, and it's against the Colonials.
Yeah, Vaselli was in a little bit of pain skating his way to the bench, but seems to be okay. And a quick win off the faceoff will be dumped down, and Patton will want to challenge Vickery. And out of the net, will push it off to the corner. Here's Hanlon. Takes it up ice. Works his way to the outside, and quickly sent out by the Colonials.
4 shorthanded goals on the season. Colonials really good at scoring shorthanded.
Moran, one of their best ones, as well as Garrett Walker, Sean Patton, and Keith Reed, all having a single shorthanded goal this season. And some quick forwards that they can spring free on the extra man, but not in their favor. Here's Hanlon. Sends it around the wall for Glantz.
On the other side, the Lakers have 4 power play goals. Technically 5, but 1 not in the lineup has graduated this winter.
Yeah, congrats to Gino Aprissa, one of the couple seniors of the Lakers roster. He was a big part in a couple of big Lakers teams. Here's Vickery, plays it off the wall, a turnover, and Moran turning and shooting, puts it off the side of the net. A little too quick, but to his favor, that net was wide open.
Oh, he's gonna be having nightmares of that opportunity for weeks as he gets it gifted on a platter and he sends it off the side of the net.
As Moran looking for his 10th goal of the season. That would have been just an A-plus chance, but off the side of the net, just a little too quick on the turnaround. But one advantage off of that is Mercyhurst iced it. So now an offensive zone draw on the penalty kill. The shot from Patton is blocked away. It'll roll behind that to Garisic. Garisic will take it to his own blue line. Will send it back, and a little miscommunication. Eberhardt will now get to it. Patton, the lone chaser for the Colonials. Eberhardt will retreat once more. 25 seconds to go on the Mercyhurst power play. Sent up to Ty. Ty retreating to his blue line. Looking for space, puts one towards the net. That will go off into the corner. Back to the point, Eberhardt. Across for Ty. Ty making his way down. That's blocked. Garisic for Eberhardt. A shot deflected. 3 seconds on the power play. Out comes Passanante. They look to spring him free, and they do. Passanante scores. Fresh out the box, second of the game, and Jimmy Passanante making him pay. It's 6-1 RMU.
That might have been the loudest bar I've ever heard as that one goes bar in. An incredible shot, rips it off the bar. And Passanante out of the box on the board. What a goal.
5 goals this season for Jimmy Passanante. 3 of them have come against the Lakers. 2 of them have come tonight. And an impactful new forward for Coach Joseph. And a beautiful shot, barring in. 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Colonials 5 consecutive in the second period to give them the 6-1 lead. At one point it was 1-1 in the early stage of this second period. Hodgson at the blue line, holding off for Finnegan. Finnegan's shot, stretching across his Vickery. That'll go around the horn and all the way down towards Reno Patrick.
You gotta maybe take into account that Vickery's coming in cold.
Yeah.
They're switching goalies. They thought this would maybe be in their benefit, but that may be their downfall right now because Bridges was not playing bad in that first period. They pull him anyway. Put Vickery in, he's let 5 behind him.
If it was planned, you'd think maybe he was more prepared. But as you said, the no game action, it's really hard for our goaltender to come in like that. Ragno with Draper, 2-on-1. Ragno holding across Draper and fans on it. I think they said Sidney Spazzola got this. Did they say Sidney Spazzola?
I have no idea.
Someone who's not on the team, but congrats to Sid, I guess. But it was Passanante from Finnegan was the actual reading of that goal. It's a backhand by Glantz, loose in front. Ragno between the legs finds his man, and Hurst can be sent free. He will just send this one on net, and Vickery will hold. And decides not to play it. RMU was going to let him just play that puck and head to the bench, but Mercyhurst will take the whistle.
They definitely will take that whistle. Colonials, I think, are kind of like, thanks.
Yeah, free whistle and offensive zone draw.
Yeah. Free chance to change.
There's Dobransky off the draw. That is blocked, and now a chance for Vaselli the other way. Vaselli and Nolet blocked away by Purdue, and net comes off. The Lakers will get the offensive zone draw.
Glantz had his stick all the way in the air ready for that slap shot. He had that lined up from about the red line. And unfortunate that he doesn't get to rip that one because of the whistle.
Just based off how these first 2 periods have gone, Andrew, you fully expect Brady Grove to get the 3rd period here for the Lakers.
I expect it for sure.
So it was planned or not to roll all 3 goaltenders. There's a shot by Neild. Deflected by a Colonial and rolls off into the corner. Strutt will airmail it, glance, gloves it down. And a big hit thrown by Dobransky, and Kohlberg cleans up the loose change with the dump. Hanlon holding behind the net. Leaves it along the wall. A hit thrown by Dobransky, taking down Ty, and Kohlberg will retreat back into his own zone. Dobransky up for Strutt. Across center, chaps it into the zone. Martin picking it up at the top of the circle. Down low for Strutt. To the point. Shot coming in, pad save, rebound, Kohlberg. Looking to toe drag, still holding on to it. Isaac stepping up, can't keep it in. And we'll just slap that into the zone. 1:45 to go here in period 2, 6-1 Colonials. At center, Isaac slapping it, go to Byrne. Byrne with pressure coming, back to Isaac. Fully back to Byrne, he'll have to race behind that quickly on his horses, Malloy. Byrne holding, off for Moran. Onto his back end, leaves it for Nate Isaac. Chips it off the wall, through the Mercyhurst defense. Walker on his horse, back is Garisic, and leaves it off to the wall. Trokey at center, can't hold on to it. Moran picks up the loose change. Moran into the zone. Goes across, finds a Poo. Wanted to go up high, Byrne wasn't there. He was at center though, we'll get it back.
1 minute.
Isaac looking for a Poo. A Poo in front for Moran. Broken up by the Lakers. Isaac keeping it in. Across, winding up, Patton shot, rebound for a Poo. Just couldn't get his stick down in time. A bouncing puck. Almost made it 7-1. Down the other way, Byrne. Plays it across. Sends it the length of the ice. Moran will beat the icing out. 30 seconds to go. Passanante, fresh off the bench. Walks it down behind the net. Round for Patton. Turning for Passanante. Couldn't corral it. Now a chance the other way. Barry wrestling with Hodgson. 3 seconds now. Hodgson will pin it along the wall, and the clock will hit all zeros. 5 consecutive goals in the second period for RMU, and they'll take a 6-1 lead into the dressing room.
5 unanswered, as you said, and all in quick succession. Maybe the 5th one a little bit later in the period, but 4 very quick in about 5 minutes.
Quick goal by the Lakers to tie it up, and RMU responded with 5 of their own. We'll head to our second intermission. We'll be joined by Eleanor Regal of the Ronald McDonald House Charities during our second intermission. But we will be back with that interview in the third period just after this small break. Stay tuned. As rubber pucks hit the ice for the annual Chuck-a-Puck in our charity game, joined by Eleanor Regal of the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Year 3 of this partnership with RMU Club Hockey and Ronald McDonald House Charities. How cool is it to just continue to see this program grow? Now 5 Pittsburgh Penguins joining us for a ceremony puck drop. How cool is that for you guys?
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely amazing. What I love is it brings the families together, and that's what we're all about. And when I say that, I mean the families of the hockey players and all of your fans. It's about family, and that's what Ronald McDonald House is all about as well. Supporting them when they're traveling long distances in some cases, even as far away as countries, seeking medical care for their children in the Pittsburgh and Morgantown areas. So it's such a blessing to have this the 3rd year. It's very exciting, and you're right, every year Gino makes a point to bring more friends, which is exciting because it's awesome for RMU and bringing awareness to your program here, which is tremendous. But it also helps the charity and bring awareness to what we're doing every year as well.
Soon, after a couple of years, I think every player on the roster might be here, but
he said that tonight. He said next year the whole team. I'm like, okay, bring it on.
That's a lot of custom jerseys that need to be made.
Yes. Yeah, they really had a good time. I had the pleasure of speaking with them, and they had lots of questions about the charity, which is warming. It's heartwarming to know that they are thoughtful. They want to understand what it is that they're supporting from their perspective. And I think you find that it's a unique aspect from hockey players, and that starts at home with parents and how they're dedicated for the hockey players. I mean, you got to get up early for ice time in the morning, and you're traveling and all of those things. So I think that it says a lot, and then as you grow with your career, and now they're professionals and they want to give back. So that's really awesome.
For those who are watching that do want to help out the Ronald McDonald House Charities that aren't here in attendance tonight, how could they do so?
Please go to our website. It's www.rmhcpgh-mgtn.org, and I know that was long, but if you put RMHC Pittsburgh Morgantown in, there's a lot of information on there. We have meals that we provide to the families. There's craft night. You can host a movie night. So there's a lot of opportunities to give back, and you can always just call the house as well.
As we do before we end every interview between the two of us, other games have been a lot closer. This one being 6-1.
This is awesome. Sorry.
It is awesome game in favor of RMU, but score prediction, and also what are your thoughts on this year's jersey?
I'm sorry?
I said, what is your score prediction for the end of this game, and also what are your thoughts on this year's jerseys?
I would say we're going to get at least 3 more goals.
Okay.
And maybe 2. They might get 2. We'll give them 2, so they'll go 3. So 9-3, let's say.
All right.
Okay.
And then for this year's jersey, are they your favorite so far?
The jersey, yeah, that was pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
So now I have 3 of them. I'm trying to determine how to display them in my office. Because I think it's
one on each wall?
Yeah, you know what? I could do that because I do have 3 walls. Because
There
one
you
wall's
go.
a window, so.
And then after that, you go over your 4, 5, and 6. You're just going to double up as you continue along the wall.
That's right.
Until there's no more space, right?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Hey, same time next year?
Absolutely.
Right. Miss Eleanor Riegel, thank you again for all you do and for joining with us with this event and coming on to the broadcast. We really appreciate everything that you guys do.
Thank you. We appreciate being able to support the families, and we appreciate all of you to make it happen.
Eleanor Riegel, ladies and gentlemen, we will send it back to our intermission in about 10 minutes or so. We'll be back with the 3rd period of Lakers and Colonials. Stay tuned. Welcome back for the third period of play between the Lakers and Colonials. Colonials holding on to a 6-1 lead after a 5-goal second period. I'm Cade McCrory alongside me, Andrew Keel. The story of the first was physicality. The story of the second was deflection goals, and a lot of them.
Yeah, 4 deflection goals in that period. 1 for Mercyhurst and 3 for the Colonials, as they got so lucky that whole period.
We'll look at a couple of highlights here as we enter the third period, and here is the first goal by Mercyhurst. A lot of sticks were in front, and we were mistaken. Nick Pacelli actually got credit for that goal with the late stick there, his second of the season. And then RMU getting it right back with a shot from Romeo Asoldi, finding the deflection in front of Braden Martin. And that puck just had some eyes and some sheer puck luck to give RMU the lead.
Then, right after the Colonials would score yet again, Reed takes it to the top, and it gets tipped in front by Passanante. He gets his first. Spoiler, there's another one coming from him.
Passanante was on an absolute roll in this game, and then Nick Dobransky has a shot with some eyes to get the first of his career to expand RMU's lead to 4-1. And what a shot from the freshman to just find the back of the net. And his teammates jump for joy on that one. And after Andrew says that RMU is having some trouble on the rush, Mike Hurst makes him eat his words with a beautiful goal to make the goaltender come out and puts it in. And Passanante, right out of the box, finds the back of the net. And that's how we end period number 2 with a 6-1 lead in favor of the Colonials.
All of my keys have hit so far.
Yeah. We've seen some solid goaltending from Reno Patrick. We've seen RMU discipline except for one scenario, and then in the resulting in a Passanante goal. And then in the third period, of course,
Dude, the TV column cast is sick.
and there's Grimace as well, and then the depth scoring as well, providing as every line has a goal to this point, as Andrew mentioned.
Yeah, every line has scored for the Colonials, as well as the third pairing defenseman has scored. So real depth reaching in there.
And Galasodi almost with a goal as well. So you see more of the defense almost chip it in. But puck is down for the third period. You wonder how physical these two teams are going to get as this game goes on. So 5-goal differential is a lot to come back from Mercyhurst. They're just looking for some sort of fight in the early parts of this period. There's an icing call early on the Lakers as Hanlon and Ragno got mixed up behind. Both seemed to be okay.
Ragno looked like he lost his footing and went sliding into Hanlon. So, I mean, it was incidental, but dangerous for Hanlon as he gets a sliding Ragno coming right at his feet.
Draper versus Cox here on the faceoff. One to the wall, and Hanlon will pick it up. Sends it around for Neild, and he'll chop that one down. And a couple seconds after the last icing, they'll be called for another one, and they'll do it again. Off that circle in front of, guess who? Brady Grove.
Yeah, another goalie switch as we expected. Didn't get to mention it, but as that period ended, Grove kind of was getting his groove in. He was getting his eyes working. He was working on going back and forth as well. So he knew he was coming in before the period even ended.
Mercyhurst with a chance the other way as Cox will pick it up off the give from Neild. Back to the point to glance. That is blocked. Hurst will chip it out of the zone. Ragno touches it for Draper. Draper looks to walk the defense. Takes his man into the wall. A loose puck rolls to Hurst. Is bodied away by the Lakers. Hurst will pick it up behind the net for the Colonials. In front, Draper. Backhand looking for room. Finds Hurst. Turning shot, and they'll score. A puck with eyes. And Michael Hurst, second of the game, makes it 7-1. And Grove had no idea which way that puck was coming from.
I don't even know who that hit in front. Judging by the fact that Hurst is still celebrating, I don't think it was Draper standing in front. So it must have went off a Laker in front, and Grove had no idea. The puck, I don't even think he thought the shot was coming, let alone that it was going to go in the back of the net.
Yeah, he was just standing there. And Hurst takes the shot and finds the back of the net. As just a couple of bodies, no deflection really, and finds the 5-hole. And Hurst finds the second of the game and 7th of the season. A player they really need to step up in the goal column. Here's Alejandro Apud, comes down shot, ricochets off the shoulder of Grove and wide. Offsides, RMU.
Brady Grove coming into this game with a 1-2-1 record, 578 goals against, 8 across the board on the save percentage, 888.
It's the highest save percentage on the Lakers,
Yeah, it is.
but only in a handful of contests. The other goalie, Nick Capozzi, is the one not dressed, the one that got the win against RMU last year and faced off against them in the playoffs, the 3 versus 6 matchup that went to overtime. Capozzi, a really solid goaltender for the Lakers. Here's Finnegan. Carries up ice, gives it to Apoud. Apoud coming down, puts his shot towards the net, and one. Bouncing puck. Apoud leaves it off for Walker. He'll tumble to his behind, and it'll be flipped out by the Lakers. McCusker gets around Finnegan, going on one against Hodgson's shot, and he ends up into the corner. Caught in the skates. Apoud will leave it off for Walker. Fakes the shot, and now will send it in as they'll head to the bench, as a couple Lakers will as well. Hanlon, back for Glantz. Sends it to no man's land, and Purdue will chase down to it. Purdue, a really big get on the RMU blue line. He's only played in 1 game this season. He got injured in that game against Canisius, and now is finally back in the lineup. He was sorely missed on that blue line. The turning shot by Reed ends up in the corner. Looking to the point to Purdue, Passanante. Plays it down low to Reed. Dangling, will lose it, and will throw that back to center ice where Isolde will go across to Purdue. Banking it off the wall to Reed. He'll take a tumble, takes Glantz down with him. Patton retreats back to Isolde. Over for Purdue. Up ice to Reed. Back for Patton. Patton settling the pace, as Rena Patrick suggests. For Isolde, he'll lose it. A turning chance, pad save, rebound pops out, and will end up behind the net. Isolde up for Passanante, caught in his skates, and it'll be picked up in the corner by the Colonials. The Lakers go for some changes. Passanante, 2 goals on the night, looking for the third. At first, he'll head off to the bench. Strutt picking it up in the corner for the Colonials. Looking to send it behind. They'll pop out to the Lakers, kept alive by Byrne, who challenges Vaselli and keeps it in. Kohlberg behind the net. On his backhand, sends it behind once more. Finds Strutt. In front for Martin, bouncing puck, wrap around, and they'll score. Trevor Kohlberg sneaks one through. His second of the season, 8-1 RMU.
He couldn't beat Bridges on that incredible breakaway, but he is able to beat Grove on the wraparound. And it is a 7-goal lead now. And 7 unanswered after it was tied for probably a minute.
It's one way to respond. 7 unanswered goals as Kohlberg finally getting one through. And a really impressive game. That's the fourth line, the junior forward with Strutt and Martin. Only one missing a goal now is Strutt. Here are the Lakers storming in. Here's Neal dangling onto his backhand, puts it towards the net. Patrick getting a piece of it. Crowd by Nate Isaac. Looking for Ragno. He takes away the stick, and now Shipley will retreat back. He will airmail this one, knocked down by Hurst. Turns it over, and the other way comes Filiguera. He'll chip it into the zone. Patrick will hold it off. Official goal reads Kohlberg second from his line mates, Martin and Strutt. The goal before that, Hurst. Second of the game from Draper and Ragno. Offsides, Colonials. They'll reset just beyond the blue line. 15:06 here in the third period.
Not how the Lakers expected this game to go after tying it on a nice tip in front from Vaselli. It's gone south since then. 7 goals in 20 minutes, basically.
A lot of work to be made up if they want to challenge RMU here with a touchdown plus the extra point to get back into this hockey game. Here's Hanlon. Challenged by Moran, will send it down into the corner. Byrne will pick it up. Behind the net for Isaac. One touch forward by Passanante, or Apoud, excuse me, and sent back down by the Lakers. Burn for a pooch. Wanted Walker just ahead of his stick. He'll have to race down to it. Takes down a Laker with him as he got tied up with Glantz. McCusker gets lined up by Finnegan. Moran finishes him off. And McCusker slow to his feet. You thought it'd be Mercyhurst the one throwing the bodies around. RMU initiating a lot of this contact here.
I don't want to. It doesn't seem like they've given up, but Mercyhurst is really taking their foot off the gas, at least for the last 3 minutes.
It's the Kohlberg goal seemingly just draining what life they had left here on the ice. Here's a Poo trying to dangle in. Trokey couldn't handle it and quickly sent in by RMU. And all it takes is one goal to make yourself just feel a little bit better about the outcome of this game if you're a Mercyhurst. Or at least just a couple of good chances in front of Reno Patrick.
Even in a loss, if you can get the last goal in the back of the net, you feel a little better about how the game went.
Here's Patton wearing to work his way in. Leaves it off for Reed. Will chip it down along the corner. He gets muscled off. And at center, Hunter Hodgson, the one to pick it up. Hodgson goes through the middle of the ice to Passanante. He'll tap that in. Out of the net comes Grove to leave it off for Shipley. Shipley's chance blocked by Patton. Up ice comes Trokey. Gets muscled off at his own blue line, and Finnegan will hold in his own zone. Over for Hodgson. Back for Finnegan. Takes it up across his own blue line. Will send it in. Out comes Grove. Icing is waved off. Around the wall, Reed stepping up. Lakers can clear this one to the Colonial zone. Finnegan there to retrieve. Hodgson for Passanante. For Martin, fresh off the bench, he'll complete the dump in, and Colonials will get a forward onto the ice. Malloy chips it off the wall. We'll look to drive it up ice now. Quickly up to Nolet. Nolet, one-on-one against Finnegan, loses it, and now Hodgson with a head of steam the other way. Gets bodied away by Glantz. Nolet to pick it up. Goes across. Finds Cox. Cox puts one behind the net. Nolet waiting. Finnegan will whack it away from him. There's Strutt now, dancing. Across his own blue line, gets it to center through Martin, and dumps it into the zone. They'll chase. Along the wall, the Lakers will put it back to center. Dobransky holding for the Colonials. Got his first career goal tonight off a point shot in the second period. There's a shot by Hanlon up high on Patrick. He'll hold, and now Hanlon and Draper will take Reno Patrick's net off, and the referees will break it up here at 11:38.
A little bit of a surprise that Draper takes exception to Hanlon. I mean, it didn't seem like anything bad happened. Just seemed like Hanlon took the shot, tried to follow up for any rebound, and Draper did not like that.
Hanlon, the player to watch from Mercyhurst, one of their leaders on the blue line. Also one of the most physical players across the entire ACHA. Purdue leaves it for Ragno. He'll sky this one. It'll bounce into the corner. Purdue takes his man into the wall. Lakers will dig it out, throw it to the blue line. Dobransky puts it on. Save Grove. He'll dive down and will cover up. 11's across, or one's across the board there. 11-11 to go here in the third period.
If you're making a wish for the Colonials, it's that you can hold this lead for another 11 minutes and 11 seconds.
I mean, that's a perfect wish. Then to come out with no injuries.
Yes.
A lot of bodies down for the Colonials as they enter tonight. So hopefully trying to get some guys healthy. As much of this season, they haven't had a healthy scratch, and that continues for tonight. These are only the healthy bodies available to them. Back are the Lakers to corral. Ragno blocks it. Out comes Grove. A miscue. A pickup by Hurst. And he'll chip it down low. Grove maybe want to take that the length of the ice and try to get a shot on.
Just fans on that one. I know how that feels, but in practice.
Dobransky will take it in. Grove will leave this behind the net. Hurst and Passanante both on hat-trick watch if they elect to do so. It seems RMU's comfortable just kind of chipping this into the zone and chasing it down and holding for as long as they can. Dobransky along the wall, has a Pood behind him in cover. Will take it down low, that'll stay in play. Here's Moran, behind the net for Walker. Walker in front looking for a Pood, and taken away and cleared by the Lakers. A foot race, and Patrick says it's my turn to skate out and make a play, and he does. Here's a Pood now for Moran. Moran shot blocked away there by a diving Hanlon.
No more point, Patrick.
Yeah, sadly, I think he really wants that primary assist. But now he has to stop this 2-on-1, and he does. A quick shot from Vaselli, right on it was Reno Patrick's. Stood tall all game long. He really needed a bounce back game, and he has had one here today against Mercyhurst. Just trying to get his groove back here in 2025. Hanlon caught in his skates, sends it to the corner. It'll reach Passanante. Holding, will tip it, and he'll take it himself. Passanante, met by 3 Lakers, and they'll turn it up ice. Trokey puts it on, pad stop Patrick. Passanante will pick it up and pin it along the wall, wrestling with a fellow number 12 in Nolet. To the point, kept alive once again. Eberhardt was there. Isaac, back for Reed. Sends it back one more time as Passanante will race down to it. Kicks it behind the net, 8:35 to go here in the third. Not a lot of whistles. They're letting the guys play on. Goaltenders will just make a stop and quickly throw it out and keep this clock churning away. Here's Reed, holding. Puts one towards the net, that's blocked. Kohlberg will whack at it, take it behind the net. Eberhardt sends it up, carrying his baluster. Hodgson gets in his lane, Finnegan to help him out, takes it to the wall. Down goes Cox. Patton for Kohlberg. Kohlberg across center, flips it in. Grove calls for the fair catch and will hold on. 7:53 in the third period.
A little bit after going on right here in front of the net. Grove actually holding back his teammate Neal. I think Grove wants this game to be done too.
Goaltender just hope he can get in some action. He does here in a charity game. And you get the feel for him. Seen a lot of shots. As we said about Vickery in the last period, just kind of coming in cold. You can try to get yourself prepared as much as you can, but without being on the ice, you can only do so much. And whacked down and a stop by Grove.
Kohlberg had another impressive opportunity. If he buries that shot and the one in the first, he easily could have a hat trick right now, if not for that shot being misplaced and the first one being an incredible save by Bridges.
The fourth line, debatably, has been the best line for the Colonials tonight.
You could say. They've had a fire under them.
A unit that's been put back together. That was together for the much of the second half of the 23-24 season. And has been responsible for 2 goals here tonight. Kohlberg up high, Hodgson. Sent down low off a tip. Into the corner it rolls. Struck for Martin. Martin walking in. Wanted to go across to Kohlberg. Broken up. Diving strut. Momentarily keeps it in. Now a 3-on-2 for the Lakers. Tie. One to go through the middle, and Patrick will stick that away to the corner. Here's Finnegan. Sends it up ice. Colonials will change. Lakers will do the same. Backpedaling is Garisic. Through the middle, sent down by Bresna. No icing. And Hodgson will quickly play it up for Draper. Wants to go through the middle, muscles his man in front of the Colonial bench. There's a little joust a bit there. And Finnegan throws a massive hit into the corner. Caught underneath the Laker. Back to the point, Garisic. His shot rolls off the back wall. Lakers send this one down low. Draper to pick it up. Sends it behind one more time. Stick battle goes Mercyhurst's way. Barry's shot deflected. Patrick will come out, make the save, and cover up. 6:14 to go.
Mercyhurst bench really screaming about that hit, saying it was from behind. I don't know.
Yeah, got him in the back. Kind of leaned into it a little bit there. But at this point in the game, I'm not sure what is warranted really to be called. I don't know. I think that's up to choice here.
That is.
If you wanna call that or not. As the clock has taken a momentary rest, now they'll pick it up there. Couple of free play seconds there to use if you're the Lakers. Oh, now it's 60.4 seconds. Now 5:58. The clock is ready for this to be done too, I think, Andrew.
I have to agree.
Moran sends it in, and now behind him at the Lakers. Getting corralled by Apud. He'll take his man to the ice. He'll have to wait for his stick to be free, and now it is. Here's Moran for Apud. Shot, blocker, save by Grove. Apud looking for his first goal since September 29th, 2023. A big part of that is injuries as well as being moved back to defense. But it'd be really nice to see number 21 on the score sheet.
A great shot. Hits the stick of Grove. And that's a tough one.
Apud dragged to the ice as Nolat will take it in behind the net, as now the Lakers starting to play with a little bit of fire under their behind in the dying moments of this period. Walker will send it in. Hanlon takes a shot from way downtown. Patrick fakes the handoff now, lets it go with Neal running down.
A little bit of an RPO right there.
Yeah, good job from the quarterback. Making a couple guys miss there. Neal backhands it into the zone. Soldi settling. Leaves it for Passanante. Soldi, the lone true freshman, if you'd like to call it, on this Colonial roster. Here's Hanlon. Puts it on net. Save from Patrick. Helps in the save percentage column for him. Purdue dancing around here with Ballister. Leaves it for a Soldi. Past him. Patton will get to it. Shakes off the check. Turns it over to Ballister. As he'll wrestle with the Soldi. The Soldi comes out victorious. Around for key three. Up ice to Patton. Patton into the zone. Backhands for Passanante. Trying to drive in. And just couldn't get the wheels to stop. And Hanlon will make sure none of his teammates can get to him. Whistle at 3:54.
Just a little bit of time left. Let's take a look at this chance. Couldn't get the wheels stopped. Not a huge bump into Grove either, but Mercyhurst don't like any contact with their netminder.
I'll say Hanlon was more helping him, I think, trying to get out of that crease to avoid any conflict. Grove with a little equipment fix and good to go here. At the point, Isaac shot deflected and stopped by Grove with Martin parked in front looking for his second of the game.
One thing I did see on that last one, Brendan Malloy jousting with someone while they were both going for a change. Did not see who the Colonial was that was fighting for it. As we're getting a fan ejected?
I think so. Obviously you can't hear it, the headset's on, but a fan has exited a little early. Here's Byrne. His shot is blocked away, bouncing puck. And he'll work to center ice. Nate Isaac will tap it forward for Colbert. I don't think I've seen a fan ejection in quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Especially with the D1 team. I've seen a couple with Andrew's D4 team on occasions. Those fans love to get rowdy for their Colonials. Board battle with two representatives from each side. Tied up underneath Martin. It'll bounce Mercyhurst's way with a third party coming in. Here's Ty. Dancing, puts one towards the net. Caught in the skates, digging for it. They'll work it out wide. Shot comes in, Patrick gloves it down, and he'll hold on as McCusker looking to go short side.
So back to what I was saying, Malloy fighting with, I did not see which number it was in front of the Colonial bench. They were both going for a change. A little bit of a check from behind from Malloy, gave him a little cross check. So something to really check forward in the future to see if Malloy tries to start anything.
Malloy, along with a couple others, split their time between Mercyhurst's Division I club team as well as their Division II club team, as both teams kind of short on players, so they'll share their roster. A lot of guys getting a lot more game time that way if they have some in between D1 and D2, and in this case we see a guy like Malloy get his opportunity with a D1 club team. Trying to make a name, trying to stick. Here's Bresnok coming up the right wall. Puts one on, Patrick gloves it down. Maybe sign him up to play shortstop. Good work there from number 31.
He's had a really strong game after having a not so great 2024. He's starting 2025 off on the right note. So far, just one goal against on one that was, I mean, it was a tip, so you're not going to be able to stop them all.
No matter how many he lets in between now and the next 2:27, I think exactly what the doctor ordered for Patrick in his second straight start in the charity game. Last time it was against Kent State, a little bit closer, but still shines when the lights are the brightest. Here's Finnegan. Behind for Hodgson. Quickly up for Passanante, up for Draper. They're going to look for Passanante or Hurst here, both on the ice, usually not on the same line. Trying to get the HT. Here's a shot from Hanlon, like a lot of heat to it, and Patrick makes the save. Finnegan, carry, has Passanante to his right, will tip it behind the net. Out comes Grove. Passanante picks his pocket, puts the shot on. Grove makes the save. Stays in the zone. Passanante whacking, couldn't get to it, and up comes Millette. Wrestling with Hodgson, they both collide into the wall. Walker for Moran. Up for Walker again. Gets away from one, turning for Moran. Moran's shot rings off the wall. Rebound pops out. Corralled by Filiguera. Tries to clear. Hodgson one-times it. Hits a couple of bodies. Bounces behind the net. 1:10 to go. Filiguera loses it to Walker. Behind for Moran. In front, a Pooj shot. Rebound is covered up. And Moran will make some friends in front of the Mercyhurst net.
Another call-up. Shipley talking to Moran as they were on the near wall, and after that whistle, grabs the horse collar of Moran as well. So maybe trying to make a name for yourself as I can make this D1 team, but I don't know if either of those ways that I've described are ways to stay on a team with kind of not great play.
A minute to go. Draper for Passanante. Puts one towards the net. Getting a piece of it was Grove. Clearing attempt denied by Draper. Plays it out wide. Passanante puts one on. Pad save. This will go off the netting and out of play. 36.2 to go. It seems like everything's going towards number 12's area.
Yeah, I think that's the way it should. Only 36 seconds. You got to feed him as much as possible, especially if you want him the HT. Hurst is not on, so it seems they are not going to try and give him one, probably because he has a little more experience under his belt.
There's Passanante's attempt is denied. Passanante first year with the Colonials, as Hurst second year with RMU, has also a year with Chatham University. Icing is waved off. Patrick will leave it off for Dobransky. One final rush for RMU. Dobransky for Ragno. He'll carry forward. Ragno looking in front for Passanante, has his stick tied up. Lakers will hold and they'll tap this one down. And RMU for a probably say 5 consecutive years at this point, have won their charity game, but this is the third straight win on Charity night against the Mercyhurst Lakers. 8-1 is your final.
An incredible record in Charity night. 4-0, I believe, in the Ronald McDonald house?
3-0. This is year 3.
I lost count.
Yeah.
But an incredible night, an incredible game. Lots of people getting on the score sheet.
We'll run through our score real quick. The lone goal for Mercyhurst is Nick Vaselli. As for RMU, Walker got this goal scoring started, followed by Braden Martin. Passanante got his first, Dobransky the first of his career. Mike Hurst, Passanante for his second, and then Hurst with his second early in the third, and then Trevor Kohlberg with the last goal in that third period. Reno Patrick gets the win to improve to 2-5 on the season. And he said time and time again how much he needs that.
As we have our final bit of highlights ready for this third period, as we will look through everything.
Yeah, it's a fun game to recap on as the Colonials salute their crowd. And it all got started with this goal right here by Garrett Walker in the first, the lone goal of that first period. Mercyhurst starts the second, deflection in front off the shot from Malloy, and Vaselli finds the back net. Here's Romeo Isolde finding Braden Martin's stick to give RMU the lead, and they wouldn't look back from that moment. Keith Reed, the captain, puts it in front, and Passanante collects his first of the game, and then Nick Dobransky with a puck with eyes gets the first of his career. Mike Hurst opens up the goaltender, and a beautiful finish. Passanante straight out of the box, second of the game. Here's Hurst, puts one on, and a beautiful shot. And finally, Kohlberg puts it in. Thank you all for joining us. RMU 8, Mercyhurst 1.